Well, my friends, I'm back. Jay's back with a finish. I'm telling you, it was a nail biter all the way. Not only in the tennis match, but on finishing this scarf. Well, first of all, thank y'all so much for jumping in at the last minute with me to try this cute little stitch and to make this beautiful scarf. Coco Mania Tennis Fan Scarf. Well, alright, where do we start? Well, first of all, just like knitting this scarf, because I know what you're going to say, Jay. Easy stitch, but it was about to drive me up the wall. Well, you know what? Since I was watching tennis, I just kept on going. It was about to drive me up the wall too. So, let's just talk about what happened. Well, first of all, Serena didn't win. It slipped through her hands again. Oh my gosh. But guess what? To all my Canadian friends, you have a brand new U.S. Tennis Open champion. I believe it's Bianca Andreescu. And so congratulations to her. Another young and beautiful young star on the horizon. And she's from Canada. So, but yes, Serena, I'm telling you. Have you ever just had something in your life that you just couldn't seem to press past? It's kind of like one of those life things, isn't it? I think we all have been there. So we all can feel how she must have felt. Number 24 seems to be so far away, but yet so close. So, all we can do, well, she bounced back, though. She, like I said, I don't follow them on all the media. You know, I'm not on social media. But they showed on the news that she had a line at, they had the runway specials this past week. And so she showed her line of beautiful new designs and had her baby with her. So, I guess she says, hey, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Such is life, people. I'm doing the best I can. And so is she. But congrats to all the winners. And this scarf, maybe the stitch was great, but maybe for me a scarf is not quite a winner. Now, let's just talk about this for a minute. This was using some of this DK colors that I bought at Joann's. And I'm telling you, you know me, I got excited and I bought 2 skeins or 2 cakes of every color. And this was my first time using any of it, and I don't know if it's because it's a number 3 and I'm just not used to number 3 as much, or because I just was biting my fingernails off watching a tennis match. But here's my finished scarf. Now I had 2 skeins, but 1 skein was enough, so I just simply stopped after I did 1 skein. And here's, I don't know what yours look like if you use the same yarn, but the overall scarf and the colors are just really pretty. And if I had, if I really felt inclined to use the other skein and made it triple long, double long or triple long, oh my gosh, it would make a cute statement, wouldn't it? I'm just pulling it along here. I have no idea if I'm on camera. But I just wanted to show you, so I kind of did a fold in half so that I could get it on here. And I just think the colors and everything I just love the colors. Really pretty. But like I say, number 3 yarn, it's a little more for me to have to knit with. But like I said, Jay has a finish. And so for a young person, you probably could do some beautiful charms, maybe some tennis charms. Maybe if you do have a niece or a younger sister or someone that that is trying to, to take up tennis, to learn tennis, put a beautiful tennis charm. This is just a charm that I already had. I didn't feel like making any more. It's 90-some degrees here, people. Oh my gosh. But, a pretty charm. Because, you know, if you're making it extra for a young person, this one, I would just wear it. Here's a beautiful, remember my key charms. It goes, there's gray in this scarf. Let's pull the gray down. Here's the gray section. And there's a beautiful key to go with that gray section. What do you think of that? Or, like I say, for me, I would probably maybe do one of my I-cord necklaces with the kind of Pandora type beads with the large holes. There's some right there. Look at that color. I mean, it is right on. What do you think of that? So, Jay has a finish. And I probably would try it again. You know, like I said, it just kind of took me by surprise. But like I said, I was busy watching tennis. But, like I said, this was not even planned. This was a side trip. I picked it up to keep myself, like I said, while I was watching tennis, to stay calm. This has nothing to do with my regular tutorials, people. I've got tutorials I'm filming, I'm backed up because this was just a side trip. But out of this side trip, stay with me now, I am not done with this stitch. I may be done with number 3 yarns, weight yarns right now, but I am not done with this stitch. And lo and behold, I decided that we're going to continue on. While I'm working, while I'm working and getting the other tutorials ready, I thought I would do a knit along. Yes, Jay's going to do a knit along. I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in, but stay with me. Okay, now the knit along is we're going to take this stitch. This stitch, I know, if you're like me, this stitch is stuck in your head. Knit 2 together. Yarn over, slip, slip, knit. I mean, it's just there. I don't have to look at it. I know. Well, let me show you what I started working up after all the tennis was over. And I was trying to work on some other tutorials, but then something just kept nagging me. Jay, do this stitch. And I want to show you what I started working on. Now I'm going to move all my little trinkets. And I'm going to move our thank you to Coco Golf for this Coco Mania tennis fan sweater idea. Now we're moving on though. The tennis is over. I only followed the majors, so now I'm done with tennis. Here is what I am working on next. This is like a prototype. This is a little sample. I grabbed up some yarn while that stitch was still in my brain. And I decided that I'm going to make because eventually it's going to get cooler. And I want it like a poncho or a ready to go pop on. You know, I'm going to the grocery store, I'm going to Walmart, so I'm going somewhere simple. I got to go to the post office. And when it's cold, I need something like a little poncho or a all-around poncho sweater. I don't know her name yet. So I picked up some yarn. And I grabbed up, just for fun, I grabbed up this Karen Simply Soft Party. I don't know why it was staring me in the face, and I thought, oh, that's pretty. And so I grabbed it up, and I started in my mind kind of figuring things, and before I knew it, I put it on a needle, and I started working. Do you recognize our stitch right there? Now look at it now, in a different yarn, and in a different look. Look at that. I'll come in just a little bit so you can just see it. Look at that. What a difference. Like I said, this is Karen Simply Soft Party, and there's quite a few colors. This is a number 4, so now we're back up to our number 4. Now I can roll. So I thought you might want to see. I do not have the finished project. It's going to be a knit along as I do a little bit and calculate and figure. I'll film it. Come put it up. And then I'll do a little more. I'm going to try to do it in 3. It may take 4 steps, but it will be in steps. Step number 1, remember? The neck and down to the shoulders. There are no sleeves in this. This is just going to be like a puncher that just comes down the shoulders and down the body. Then step number 2 will be just to show you how to make sure the lace and all that is centered and just things you need to know. And then step number 3, you just continue to knit down to the length you want, most likely. But I will have it all out and ready to go. So now we're back up to our number 4s. And if you're going to do this, the reason I'm showing it to you today, along with after the scarf, because I want to give you time to get your things together. There goes somebody's air conditioner kicking on. Alright, so I'm sitting here by the window trying to catch a breeze. So let me show you some of the yarns that I suggest and that I think, what is that? Oh. Alright, so here we go. Here's that if you want a more, maybe a more dressy look for the holidays. This would be really cute to wear, in a pretty red with speckles, or a deep purple with speckles, or black. But that's just to show you what the stitch looks like. Now, my suggestions of yarns. Alright, here are just plain number 4 yarns. Regular weights now. Here's, of course, I love this yarn because a lot of you have it, but I have this, this is a teal tweed. Here's a pretty tweed. Can you see that? See if I'm on camera. Hope I'm in the light. A teal tweed. Has little specks of black in there. Okay. These are just some I picked out of my stash. Number 4. I bought a lot of that big twist. Not the chunky, but here's the sincerely. It's a number 4. But it's a really nice yarn. I've knitted up on some other things, and I was like quite surprised. But then it came in with a bang and went out with a bang. But a lot of you got stuck with the bang just like I have. So I'm going to use this. I'm tired of just throwing yarn out. We got to use it. So here's Big Twist, but it's the sincerely. It's not the chunky. And it says number 4 in the window. Okay, all of these call for using number 8. Now here's my favorite yarns for any of my, what I call my really nice sweaters. I don't have a problem with it. I've used Vanna for forever and ever. It's easy knit. It lasts. It washes, and it just works well for me. So this will be the yarn that I will be working in. Vanna's Choice. This is a number 4 weight, and this color is honey, only because I had so many skeins. I have some of the yarn up on my walls too. I just keep it up on the walls. I don't ever want to lose it. So these are just some of the yarns. So if you want to do this, knit along with me. Alright, now let me show you the other equipment you will need. The needles. I will probably have 3 main sizes, since it's more like a poncho and not a sweater where we've got to figure every little thing out. Like I say, this is, I'm just going to start working it and see how it comes out. For the top, let me get this one back so you can see. For your neck. Alright, small size, say small to medium, you will need at least a number 8. This is US number 8. I use clover needles. And with all these yarn overs, they really hold the stitch. 16 inches in length. This is for the neck, right here. And a small size will probably be about 104 stitches. So remember, we're going to be working in the round, so I have to have enough. The needle has to be small enough for me to make a connection, for us to cast on stitches and make the join. Otherwise, we can't knit in the round. So I suggest small, medium, large. You at least have a 16-inch number 8 needle for just this neck area. There's no sleeves. If you don't have a 16, but you're looking and say, Jay, I have a 24, you may be able to squeeze, you may be able to make the join on a US number 24. Small sizes, I don't know if that 104 is going to make it. But I use the one, I'm the next size up. I'm the 1X. Remember, I'm the 1X. Moving on over into the 2X. Kind of like. Okay, my number is 116 for my neck. And so I was able to get 116. This is a US 8 number 24 in length. 24 inches long. these are the supplies so that you can go ahead and start looking through your stash or getting coupons if you don't have it. That's only for the neck, which will be step 1. All right. Then for the body, once we get done with the neck and I figure out all the increases, then we're going to switch to a US number 9, 36 inch, or, yeah, we'll start with the 36 inch. If you're a larger size into the 2 or 3X, you might have to get a 48 inch length. I have both, but here I started with the 936. So a 936 is probably something you have, especially if you've done a sweater with me. So, does that make sense? That I'm trying to get you into the supplies so that you can look at this little prototype. Like I say, this is kind of an idea of what I had. I will be working it in a little heavier yarn in the Vanna on a US number 9 needle. Does that make sense? Well, what do you think of the knit along? You think it's something we can do? Like I said, this was totally not planned. I got my other tutorials. You're gonna love those. But I just had this desire to do this, and so I'm just gonna run with it. And hope you join me. So let's see now. I've covered that, and we're just gonna see where it takes us. Sometimes the spur of the moment things can work out to be the best. So in between regular tutorials, I will bring you Jay's knit along. I don't even have a name for it yet, but it's the same stitch we just finished. So you don't have to try to get your mind to think of something else. You already know it. And I know you have yarn. So I'm going to leave you with the sample looking at it, like I said, and then I will, as soon as I get ready to present step 1, which is your neck, I will just come back without all the fanfare. It's not a regular tutorial. It's going to be one of my little pop-up surprises. I'll just come on just like you see me and, and walk you through step 1. And we will continue to do it until we finish. And then at the end, I will do a sit down and wear the project like I always do. But I didn't want to work the whole thing. I want to go ahead and do it step by step. Well, I'm telling you, I'm all excited, and I hope you are too. I thank you so much for giving the Coco tennis fan scarf a try. The stitch is really cute, and I didn't want to just waste it on that scarf. I wanted to do more. So get your supplies, join me. I'll be back as quick as I can, and like I said, all of my other tutorials, they're lined up. I'm trying to film as fast as I can. It's just been so hot. So until then, I will see you. Take care, and let's knit on. This is Jay. See you shortly.